All right, we've all been there, right? You're sitting in a job interview, everything's going great, and then it comes. That one question that can totally make or break your first impression. Well, today, we're going to master it.
Tell me about yourself. Just hearing it can make your mind go totally blank, can it? It sounds so easy, so casual, but don't let that fool you. This is not just an icebreaker. It's the interviewer basically handing you the microphone and saying, okay, set the stage for us.
And hey, if you dread that question, you are definitely not alone. So many people stumble right here. And it's not because they aren't qualified. It's because the question just feels like some kind of trap. But here's the secret. It's actually an open door. And today, we're going to give you a super clear, powerful framework to walk right through it with total confidence.
So, let's break it down. Why is this question so tough? Well, it's because it's like a conversational blank check. Are you supposed to give them your whole life story? Just the career highlights? Talk about your hobbies? It's that ambiguity, that what do they really want feeling that gets us all tangled up. But here's the good news. There is a solution. Instead of just guessing and hoping for the best, you can use a really simple, memorable formula to structure your answer. Think of it like a framework that puts you back in control and turns this kind of awkward question into your absolute best chance to make a killer first impression.
And here it is. It's simple. Present, past, future. That's it. Think of it as your roadmap for the perfect answer. It's super logical, it's easy to remember even when you're nervous, and it delivers exactly what the interviewer wants to hear. So let's dive into each step. Okay, first up, you start with the present. This is basically your professional headline. We're not talking about your childhood or your first part-time job here. Nope. This is all about who you are, professionally speaking, right here, right now. The whole goal here is to give a sharp, confident snapshot of your current role. It's like the headline of your professional story. It immediately tells the interviewer, yep, you're talking to the right person, and it sets the foundation for everything else you're going to say. So what goes into this headline? It's super simple. Just two things: your current role, or what you do, and your core expertise, the thing you're really good at. That's it. That simple combo immediately frames why you're valuable. Okay, so here's a great example. I'm a data analyst with a strong background in Python, Power BI, and SQL, currently working on transforming raw data into actionable business insights. You see how that's not just a title, it's a whole statement of purpose. I'm a data analyst. That's the role. Strong background in Python, Power BI, and SQL. Boom, that's the expertise. And transforming raw data into actionable business insights, that's the value you bring. It's short, it's confident, and it is immediately relevant. All right, once you've nailed down who you are now, you pivot to the past. And let me be clear, this is not a boring chronological list of every single job you've ever had. No way. This is all about providing the proof, the evidence that backs up that awesome opening statement you just made. The magic word here is relevant. You're basically being a curator of your own history, picking out the pieces that connect directly to the job you're trying to get. Your goal is to build a solid bridge from your past right to this opportunity. So how do you actually do that? You focus on just a few key experiences, and this is super important. You add measurable achievements. Don't just say, I improved efficiency. Say, I improved it by 20%. Don't just say, I led a team. Say, I led a team of 5. Numbers make your story real. They make it concrete. Here's what that sounds like in action. Over the past 4 years, I've worked across analytics, training, and research projects where I've helped organizations improve decision-making through dashboards, reports, and capacity-building programs. See, it doesn't just list job titles. It sums up the kind of work you did and, more importantly, the outcome, improving decision-making. That shows a pattern of success that any interviewer can immediately understand. And now for the final and honestly the most important step, the future. You've set the stage with who you are and what you've done. This is where you tie it all together and answer that big, unasked question in their head. So what? Why should I care? Why are you even here today? Think of this as your closing argument. You have to explicitly connect the dots between your present skills, your past achievements, and this specific role at this specific company. This is how you show them you've done your homework and you're genuinely excited about this opportunity. And to really nail this, you want to touch on 3 quick things. First, what you're looking for next in your career. That shows you've got ambition. Second, why this role is the perfect next step for you. That shows you're being thoughtful. And third, why you vibe with the company. That shows you've really done your research. And here's how you stick the landing. Something like,
At this stage of my career, I'm looking to contribute my analytical and teaching strengths in a more impact-driven role, which is why this position excites me. A statement like that just radiates ambition, impact-driven role, and genuine enthusiasm. Why this position excites me. It leaves the interviewer with zero doubt about your motivation and how you'd fit into their team.
Okay, so now you have the framework. Awesome. But to really make it sing, there are a few, let's call them non-negotiable rules you gotta follow. Let's just run through them real quick. All right, rule number 1, and this is the big one, time. Your entire answer, present, past, and future, needs to be between 60 and 90 seconds. That's it. Any longer, and I promise you, you're gonna start losing their attention. You gotta remember, they might be doing interviews all day, so practice with a timer. Get it down so it feels natural. This is a highlight reel, not a feature film.
Next, you've got to keep your focus razor sharp. Everything you say, every little detail, has to be relevant to the job you want. Your whole goal is to show them the value you bring to the table, not just read off a list of your old job duties. And please, please do not just recite your resume word for word. They've already read it. Your job here is to bring it to life and connect the dots for them.
So there you have it. That's the winning formula. Present, a quick, powerful snapshot of who you are. Past, the specific achievements that prove you're the real deal. And future, why this role at this company right now is the perfect next step for everyone involved.
Seriously, by following this simple structure, you can walk into any interview feeling so much more confident. You're no longer just answering a question, you are taking control of your own story and telling it in a way that's powerful and compelling. So the only question left is, how are you going to tell your story?